Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Sargel 18. Episode 15 of Sargel 18 Unchanged. The second attempt on Trump's life and more demons of revelation that I'm going to show you. I have evidence of. Alright, let's just get right into this. Well, proven right again. Another attempt today on Trump's life on his golf course. The shooter found a way to get within 300 yards of Trump while he was on the second hole. He had his AK-47 barrel sticking through the fence with a direct shot at Trump. I have been collecting guns, guys, I have been collecting guns and firing them since 1986. And let me tell you, shooting someone with that type of rifle at that distance on a clear day is easy peasy to hit your target. It's nothing. High-powered rifle, AK-47, clear shot down the fairway, right? Okay. They say an SS agent walking ahead of Trump spotted the barrel sticking through the fence and started just firing in that direction, disrupting the attack. The news states that 300 yards is a quarter mile. And right away I was like, hold on, that's not right. Well, that's wrong. A quarter mile is 440 yards. He was a lot closer at 300 yards. He was only 900 feet away instead of like 12 or 1300 feet, something like that away. That's it. My question is, how did a man with 2 backpacks and a rifle even get on the property with all the security everywhere? The only answer is one of the security people let him through. Somebody is pretending to be something that they're not. And that person is following orders from the left and the dark side. Someone in power wants him dead on the left because they know they can't beat him in the election. Now, there is possession and influence all over. There is demonic possession and influence all over the current administration and the power radicals that pay to get them elected. Remember, they're just a figurehead. The president, vice president, senators, and they're just figurehead. There's big money behind that of families that and people. You know about Soros, right? But you don't know about the hundreds of others, which probably have more money than he. All right. As I predicted, the only way the left wins in this election is if they kill him, they cheat with the voting, or World War III. I thought they wouldn't take another assassination attempt after they missed the last chance, thanks to Lucifer, screwing them over, but they did, which means the force of apocalyptic evil is at full force and unstoppable until Jesus comes back in 2037. And I'm going to let everyone know in the world something that I've known since I knew when Jesus was coming back. Deveron informed me. He'll be coming back in 2037 in April. I'm not going to say the day, but I'll give you the month. April is when Jesus comes back in 2037. Right. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Heaven has sent 144,000 souls directly from heaven to help and do battle here on earth until Jesus comes back. As you know, I am one of these souls. My job is to open doorways, destroy demons, and show the world new evidence of supernatural heavenly structure and the beings, both good and bad and evil, in that structure, which I've done for the last 30 plus years. From UFOs, to contact, to the beings, multiverse, the orb discovery. So now I'll show you 4 Vortex pics of the beings and demons that are causing all this shit right now. This is just an example of them. Okay. This one here, all he wanted to do was smile. There he is on the left. You see his cheeks, his mouth, his eyes, his nose, his teeth. He just smiling at me. Evil. All these beings thought at one point of me being at the Vortex that they could get me. Nope. They got everybody else, I believe, except for Sandra. But they didn't get me, and they tried. And I'll show you a picture of an offering that Lucifer made me on the Vortex. That's one I don't talk about at all. But I have the evidence. Okay. Let's see now. Now here, and a lot of this is for people that haven't seen my evidence and have no idea who I am. Most of the people when I first started are either dead or retired now. So I'm working with a whole new generation of individuals. Here, I was at the Vortex, and I felt it. I sensed it, evil. And you see on the bottom left of the picture, you see a red orb with a blue orb being chasing it. That was down a little hill. I was at the top of that hill. I turned around and I snapped a picture, and I caught it. It was coming after me, but the blue being, which are the good beings, the Endorians, got rid of it. But what a picture to catch, huh? Clear as day. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to show you a being that the government threatened me with. And said that I would come face to face with one day. And I did. So here's what they brought me. They brought me the picture of the side on the left. What I did was on the right was I optimized it with my photo program, and this is what it turned out to be. Now, I did come face to face with that being at the Vortex. He was about 10 to 12 feet tall. He was standing in like a gauntlet on the little path coming up from the Vortex. You have to come up and then you hit the path going to the bridge. There's 2 walls of an old building there, so you can't go left or right. You can only go forwards or backwards. They're big walls. And it's like a gauntlet. And myself and a gentleman named Vinny, who was from the government and came out with me for about 6 months straight, never would go to my house to see the evidence. It was all weird, right? But hey, he came out, and it's fun having people out there with you. So Vinny and I come up. Wasn't really that big of a night at the Vortex. Couple orbs, some light beings, and we're standing there, and I'm just adjusting. I was just adjusting my camera and, my thing around me, the pouch around me with that, and he was just getting his shit together, and then we turn around and leave. What you see on the wall behind me, let me see, can you see it? See that wall behind me? You see that samurai sword? Sandra bought that for me as a gift to use at the Vortex. And it was months. I mean, it was months and months and months, and I never took it. But that night, something said, take it. So I did. I got my camera. I had my samurai sword ready. I had everything. Vinny looks at me, thinks I'm crazy at this point. And of course, I guess, well, maybe people would. If they didn't know what was going on, yeah, they would think you're crazy. So we went back and did our thing. So there we are standing there adjusting ourselves. And I looked to the left, and there it is. In third dimension, not in energy. It solidified, and it was standing right there, and I looked up at it. I had to turn my head up because it was so big, and it was only about 12, 15 feet from us. And then I turned back at Vinny, who was still adjusting, and I said, hey, Vinny. And Vinny, and like that. And he looked up. I said, look. And he turned and looked, and I don't care what type of military training or how high he went in the government. He broke. His face turned completely white. His expression was gone. He looked back at me with these pleading eyes, And he was shorter than me. He was a short guy, maybe 5'2" or something, but built like a brick shithouse. And I looked at him and I slowly pulled the sword out of the sheath and looked and said, "Get him," and went for it. And it went straight up in the air. It couldn't go left, it couldn't go right, it couldn't go forward because it would have hit me, ran right into me. And if it went backwards, I was running at it. It went straight up in the air. Needless to say, Vinny quit looking for UFOs and paranormal stuff the next day, and he wrote a really nice article about that I'm the real deal and the Vortex is the real deal, and you just better stay away from it. But that was the being that I showed you. So that was pretty cool. I like when things like that happen. Now, to finish off the pics here, I'm going to show you a picture of an alien being that is etched into the rocks, I believe in Peru, and was found by a man called Eric von Däniken, who wrote a book, I think around 72, called Chariots of the Gods. And he did a drawing of what he saw. And this is what he saw. This is what the ancient people said is an astronaut. Now you see the way it is, not really formed. You see that it has like one eye in the middle, and he's saying that that's a helmet on top, blah, blah, blah. But you see it, right? Keep a look, keep a look. Now, here's me at the Vortex meeting them. Nope. There it is. Okay, on the right is the original picture. On the left, I optimized it so that you can see the form underneath. And on the right, that's untouched. There it is. Let me tell you, I've come across some fantastic stuff at the Vortex. Look at the picture. Chariots of the Gods. Picture. Okay. So, I've come across so many things at the Vortex and face to face, and I have to take them on. The surprise of Vinny and me going at that demon with the sword, I think surprised Vinny as much as it surprised the demon. Because most people would have dropped dead, or like him, froze, and I don't know what happened to his personality, but it just disappeared at that point. He was in shock, you know, and I was ready to do business. And that impressed him, and that impressed the people who are watching me in the government. You don't back down. You go at it. And there are many people that are watching this video right now that between now and 2034 will come face to face with this stuff. That's why I'm out here giving out the information. They will come face to face with these things. I would bet my life on it, and I did recently, but they brought me back from heaven. You don't belong here. Get back to earth. So now, all right, I showed you that, right. And finally, you have to be super keen on reading people around you. This type of possession that's causing, that's happening now with people, hides in their body, not in their soul. And a person will show small signs that something's wrong until they can't hide it anymore. And then you get the stupidity like what we saw today with Trump. I always said people are most vulnerable when they're freaked out, and apparently they're not too good at getting what they want done. That's twice they messed up on killing Trump. Stupidos. With all their power and money, they can't even kill one man, but they are telling you they can run a country? Think about it, my left-leaning friends. I want everybody to stay prayed up, keep your eyes open, and peace out.